Getting into a clinical trial can mean getting treatment with drugs and therapies years before they're available anywhere else. Those new drugs and new treatments can save your life and the lives of so many more. Here's Lenny Henderson's story.
I feel great.
And that means a whole lot coming from a man who has battled back from being on the brink of death. Lenny Henderson had an advanced stage of a type of blood cancer known as non-hodgkin lymphoma when he was diagnosed in 2004. Lenny's doctor is Paul Hamlin, chief of medical oncology at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center's outpatient facility in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. Dr. Hamlin put Lenny on a regimen of chemotherapy, followed by 2 years of a maintenance drug. The married banker from Staten Island had his last treatment in July of 2009. He was in remission when about 3 years later, it became painfully clear that the cancer had returned.
What had happened is my lymph nodes had expanded in my neck. And, it literally popped out. He didn't think I could take chemo again. He had mentioned to me about clinical trial, if they're making these advances. And I'd be open to that. I said, absolutely.
And so, in February of 2014, braving the unknown, Lenny entered phase 1 of a clinical trial testing the safety of the experimental drug ABT-199. ABT-199 targets lymphoma cells. It's part of a relatively new class of drugs that works by interfering with the process by which some cancer cells survive.
We have room to go in terms of improving the responses and the curability of disease and quality of life. And all of those are questions that can only be answered in a rigorous scientific way, and that's what clinical trials are about. So testing if standard of care plus a new drug is better than standard of care plus a placebo. The treatments that we call the standard of care today were the clinical trials of a few years ago, and that's how we move forward.
Hi. For patients involved in a clinical trial, nurses like Amy Copeland are their rock. She's there for them every step of the way, from guiding them through the informed consent process to answering questions about treatment and helping them manage any side effects, doing it all with great care and compassion.
Sometimes we're just there to talk and just support and kind of hold their hand through the process, because it can be scary.
It's been quite a journey for the now 64-year-old Lenny Henderson, who after being on ABT-199 for just a short time, saw his bulging lymph nodes disappear.
It's the most amazing thing, probably within a week and a half, it was gone. It was gone. Not without some pitfalls along the way.
Dealing with the threat of serious complications caused by the breakdown of rapidly dying cancer cells, Lenny had to be monitored closely in a hospital until the risk had passed and the dose of his drug was cut down.
So some of the major themes right now that we're excited about throughout all of oncology is this idea of personalized medicine, the ability to understand the specific mutations and genetic backdrop for a given person's tumor, and then to marry the treatment to those abnormalities so that we ideally can hit right on that biology. And I think that was at play for Lenny.
And Lenny is proud to be making a difference.
It serves two purposes. It's helping somebody maybe down, in years to come, and it's certainly helping me. What they've done for me has been amazing. Dr. Hamlin has been phenomenal. I mean, when I see him, we hug each other. So that kind of relationship.
Every clinical trial has a doctor in charge of the study, and all institutions receiving federal funding for its trials must have an institutional review board who ensure that each participant is fully protected, that the potential benefits are greater than any risks.